Hello students, greetings from Dr. S.R. Dandavte. I welcome you to the module number 8 of second week for the course Laser and Inimitable Source. In this module we are going to discuss about helium neon laser. It is also called as HENE laser. At the end of this module you will be able to understand principle, construction and working of helium neon laser. Helium neon laser is one of the gas type of lasers. In previous module we have seen solid state type of laser, which is Nd:YAG laser. Under solid state type we have discussed one more laser, that is ruby laser. So it is very clear that the type of laser depends upon the physical state of the active material used, and in the present case the active material is mixture of two different gases, helium and neon. Therefore the type of laser is gas type. The number of energy levels involved in laser action is 4. Active system is mixture of helium and neon gases. So the mixture of helium and neon gases is so prepared that the helium is taken 85% and neon gas is taken 15%. The de-excitation of neon gas results into desired laser production, and therefore the active centers are neon atoms. Pumping system used is electrical pumping. For gas lasers, optical pumping is not sufficient. It will not excite the gas, only that energy will be utilized in heating the gas. So in order to have suitable excitation, the requirement is of electrical pumping. So electric discharge is used, and when it passes through the mixture, energetic electrons collide with the mixture and it causes the desired excitation of the material. The pair of mirrors functions as optical resonator. One mirror is fully reflecting and other mirror is partially reflecting. The wavelength of the output is 6328 angstrom units, which is red in color, and the nature of the output is in the form of continuous wave. Discharge tube used is 80 cm long and it is 1.5 cm for its inner diameter. When the system is under normal condition, means when the laser is not started, then the helium and neon atoms are in the ground state. That means they are not excited. So suitable excitation is caused by means of energetic electrons, and these energetic electrons are produced with the help of electric discharge. So the mixture is having greater concentration of helium. Thus, when energetic electrons are passed through the mixture in the tube, helium is excited and neon remains in the ground state. So as the energy levels of helium is less and it is greater in proportion, there are more chances to have excitation of helium. Further, this excited helium transfers its energy to neon, and this process takes place through inelastic collision. So this energy transfer process results into de-excitation of helium. That is, helium returns back to the ground state, but its consequence is neon gets excited to the excited state. So as these neon atoms functions as active centers, when the population inversion is reached in neon, it undergo de-excitation, and through that process the desired laser beam having wavelength 6328 angstrom units is produced. It consists of a discharge tube, quartz discharge tube having suitable dimensions, and mixture of helium and neon gases is filled inside it. The mixture is excited with the help of discharge electrodes, which are operated with the help of power supply. At one end it consists of completely reflecting mirror, while at other end it has partially reflecting mirror. So thus this pair of reflecting mirrors represent optical resonator. So when the system is started, that is when power supply is switched on, this discharge electrodes activates and electric discharge is passed through the mixture, means ionization takes place, and that results into highly energetic electrons which move across the mixture. So due to these energetic electrons, initially helium is excited, and that excited helium gives its energy to neon, and during de-excitation of neon, photons are emitted, and these photons, when undergo back and forth reflections between these pair of mirrors, finally it produces this desired laser beam. The working of this laser can be explained with the help of energy level diagram. So we have this energy axis, and for helium and neon separately the energy levels can be considered. So these are the energy levels for helium as F1, F2 and F3, out of which F1 is ground state and F2 and F3 represents excited states. Now for neon, E1 is the ground state and this rest all E2 to E6 represents its excited state. Now when the system is off, that means if the laser is not started, the helium and neon atoms will remain in their corresponding ground states. So when we apply pumping, that means when electric discharge is passed through the mixture, initially helium get excited. So this is excitation of helium through electron collision, and these electrons are produced through electric discharge. After that, due to transfer of energy from excited helium to ground state neon, the neon get excited. So this inelastic collision results into energy transfer. So the electrons which are in the state F3 shifts neon to E6, and that from F2 will shift it to E4. So this way, this process, energy transfer process, result into excitation of neon from E1 to either E4 or E6. After that, de-excitation from E6 to E5 result into radiation having wavelength 3.39 micrometer. So this is not in the visible range. Whereas if there is de-excitation from E4 to E3, it will give out a radiation of wavelength 1.15 micrometer. So both these radiations are not in the visible range. However, from E6 to E3, the transition gives out radiation of wavelength 6328 angstrom units. So this radiation has red color. So these two lasing levels are very important, E6 to E3. When suitable population inversion is established between these two energy levels, a spontaneously emitted photon will cause number of stimulated emissions. And as discussed earlier, this number of photons get reflected to and fro between the pair of mirrors, and finally intense laser beam is emitted out of the mirror, which is partially reflected. The electrons from state E3 will undergo de-excitation to E2 through spontaneous emission process, and from E2 to E1 de-excitation take place through its collision with the walls of the tube. So in order to have this particular de-excitation, the tube is made narrower so that there will be suitable de-excitation. So this way neon returns back to the ground state in order to gain energy from excited helium. So this is about the working of this particular laser system. So in this laser, the role of the helium is to have excitation of neon, whereas actual laser production is done by de-excitation of neon, and therefore neon is considered as active centers. Hope this working as well as construction of helium neon laser is clear to you. In next module, we will discuss about dye type of laser. Wish you happy learning. Thank you.